How's everybody doing? I'm Mac with Mac's Goon Squad, and starting out my YouTube channel, I'd like to go over kind of some gear reviews, some equipment reviews, just some different stuff. If you guys have any suggestions for stuff that I may or may not have, or stuff to look into, feel free to comment. Let me know. I'm always open to suggestion and everybody's opinions, and it's kind of why I'm doing this. Looked on YouTube and Google and gear websites and forums and all different places for different reviews on equipment, gear, stuff like that. Been in law enforcement, both military and civilian, for about 10 years now, and been with a few different departments, been issued some different equipment, both for patrol and for SWAT, and kind of looking at different setups for me for not only duty, off duty. I'll have a little bit of a military setup that I had, kind of. And then I'm also in the process of getting into competitive shooting. So some different stuff there. Some stuff I have with me, and then some stuff that'll be coming in the future that I'll be doing reviews on. Some stuff you'll see today I'll do individual reviews on later. Just right now I'm going to kind of hit on the basics of some stuff and kind of go from there. But again, if you guys want to see anything more, feel free to comment and I can look at going into that. So today I want to kind of go over my duty belt setup, my off-duty carry, kind of what I carry on a daily basis when I'm off duty, and then some other stuff that I've got in here recently that I'm looking at setting up a different belt for something completely different. So kind of go over some stuff today, kind of go from there. So we'll start with off-duty. I think it's very important to have a different mindset when you're off-duty and your equipment, and you have to rely on your equipment like you would like you're on duty. So it's very important to look into good equipment. So what I did is I did a lot of research, and I looked at, a bunch of different companies and everything, and the one that I liked, my personal opinion, nothing against the other companies, I haven't tried theirs out, just based off of price, availability, different reviews and everything like that. I'm going to start with my holster. What I carry off duty, which is my main selection right now, is a T-Rex Arms sidecar. I carry it. I decided to go fancy and do the flat dark earth back with the OD green front. And right now in this configuration, I am carrying it for a SIG P320 Compact RXP with a Romeo 1 Pro and a Streamlight TLR1S. I also carry a extended mag, because if you're going to carry a mag, why not carry more rounds? So I will be doing an individual review later on the holster, potentially on the gun. We'll see what happens, but this is my holster that I carry off duty for the majority of the time. I do carry other ones, but since I purchased this one, this is what I've been carrying more. So very comfortable holster. Like I said, I'll be doing a review later. I carry also a Benchmade mini bug out in their Arctic white, or I can't remember what exactly they call it, but it's the white, the scales on it, the handles. Very lightweight, very compact, very easy to put in your pocket. Haven't had any problems with it yet. The blade stays pretty sharp. I use it quite often. I also carry a Olight. It is a i5T. It's got a little pocket clip. It's got low and high mode. Very nice, really compact in your hand. Able to conceal it. Very easy to manipulate the button in your hand while also sticking out the back of your hand, so you can use it for whatever you need. I find it very valuable. And another thing is kind of a lot of other people don't think of when they're off duty is, if I'm interjecting myself into a situation, I'm identifying myself as a police officer or deputy or whatever your position is they think when they interject and they get into that situation that they, like, it's a magical power that just like holds people there. As we know, on duty, a lot of people don't listen. So you have to think of how you're going to restrain that individual after interjecting into the situation. So I carry a pair of soft cuffs. I do not know the brand, I apologize, but it is just a simple pair. It is a like a shoestring material. It's very, very compact with a plastic clip. I can simply wad it up, throw it in my back pocket, my front pocket, what have you, and it's there. It's not noticeable, it's not heavy, it's not clinking around like a pair of handcuffs. I'm not running around with, you know, these hanging from my back or in a pocket, being loud and clanky and being bulky and whatnot. So something to think about. Luckily, I've never had to use them, but in the case that I would have them. So that's always good. Something to think about. Not everybody does it. A lot of people, what I carry is overboard for them. A lot of people just carry their gun and a badge, or their gun and their credentials, and that's them. Or for anybody that's a CCW holder, they just carry their gun and a mag, maybe. Something to think about. If you're interjecting yourself in that situation while in plain clothes and identifying yourself as a law enforcement officer, you have to think about what to do when you have to go into that situation if somebody else comes up. So if you're dealing with a combative subject and you don't have them restrained and somebody else is coming into the situation and you take your eyes off this person, now you're dealing with two people. So just something to think about. But again, don't interject in the situation unless you absolutely have to. My advice, be a good witness. That way, when law enforcement does arrive, you can give them good information. So, but if it comes to that point where you have to interject, make sure you're ready. So, with that being said, that's kind of my simple everyday carry concealed off-duty. Very easy to conceal with just a t-shirt, a hoodie, a button-up, kind of different situations. So definitely dress for the occasion and kind of go from there. So next I'm going to go over my duty belt. Some of it is issued, some of it is equipment that I have purchased myself to put on my belt, and I'll kind of go over that here. I apologize for the camera work. I'm working off my cell phone right now. I don't have a fancy camera set up. As you can see, I'm in the garage. So, got to take it out of the mount, and then I'm going to show you guys my duty belt setup and kind of what I carry. So, flip the camera around. So this is kind of my duty belt setup right here. So this is some of this, like I said, some of this stuff is issued, some of this stuff is what I carry. Go from there. We have a traditional Sam Brown basket weave leather belt that is issued by my department, as well as handcuff pouch, holster, handcuff, radio, taser, and mag pouch. All that stuff is issued by my department. Obviously, it varies on departments. I've been with an agency that doesn't issue you anything. I've been with agencies that issues you everything, and we'll just kind of go from there. So, start over here on this side. So this is my mag pouch. It is just a Safariland basket weave triple mag pouch. We carry the SIG 320s on duty, so we run 3 extra mags. Next to that, I have a ZacTool key holder, which is fantastic for your keys. Obviously, I run an ignition key. Yes, it's a unicorn. Got it as a gift from one of my dispatchers as a joke, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to rock it, so why not? But ignition keys, key fob, extra key, handcuff key there. You know, that way if you need to use it, if you don't have another one, there you go. Moving on, just a holster for my taser. We run the X26Ps. Extra taser cartridge on the bottom. I'm not going to go into that because this isn't a taser review. Next, I have my radio holder. This goes on my belt. I have the actual radio holder. It's upstairs with my other stuff. You know, I mean, everybody knows what a radio holder is. And, I mean, that's something that you're probably either going to get issued or figure something else out. So, next is a tourniquet holder that has the Tech-Lock mount for the belt. I'm running a CAT tourniquet. Everybody that is in the law enforcement profession, I think, should have a tourniquet holder. They are just absolutely amazing. That way you're not running in your pocket, it's on your belt, it's quick to access, you can get to it. Your partner could grab it if needed, so on and so forth. They're fantastic. Do not remember the brand, but definitely recommend everybody get one from some company that you can order that from, whether you do this, another model, so on and so forth. The reason I ordered this one is because it comes in basket weave, which matches the rest of my duty gear, which is nice. So next is just a simple closed top mag pouch. This is the one I run behind my gun on my back. That way on my back somebody can't sneak up and grab them, and kind of go from there. The other mag pouch that I carry is another basket weave, but it's open top Safariland. It is up front, just in front of my gun, right next to the buckle. That way they're quick to get to, easy to access if I need them, and then kind of go from there. Next up is the holster. You have to pardon me here, trying to do this one-handed. Well, that's not coming off one-handed anyways. But I run a Safariland QLS system on a Safariland 6360 holster. That is a ALS holster, which it has the button to release the gun. Again, this is a SIG 320 full size in 9mm. I run a Streamlight TLR1 that is issued by the department, and that's fantastic. I love the QLS system because I can take it off if I'm doing reports or sitting down in a thin chair at the office, or not thin, but a small width chair at the office. That way I can take the holster off and be comfortable as well. Also, you can switch it over to different platforms. You can switch it over to different Safariland UBL mounts, like those and those. You can switch them over, which is super nice. So obviously you got your belt keepers. Keep your belt to your inner belt. My current inner belt is just a black double stitched Cobra belt, a Cobra buckle that is just black. It's really stiff, works really well. Belt sits on it very nice with the keepers, stays in place, doesn't move. One of my handheld lights that I use is a Streamlight Stryon. They're fantastic lights. They work very well. I also carry another blade on duty behind. It sits just behind my mag pouch, but it mounts to my inner belt by the belt clip there. This is a K-Bar TDI. I do not run the serrations. I run a straight blade. So it's always good to have an extra knife. Good just all around, kind of whatever you need knife. My duty knife that I carry only on duty and at work was a gift that I got when I graduated the academy. It is the Kershaw. I can't remember the model. It's been a while since I've got it, but it has gone through some use. It's got the matte finish to it, American flag etched into the handles, which is really nice. The belt clip is really good, stays in my pocket. Assisted opening, so if I need to use it very quickly, I can get it out. It's very nice. Definitely recommend it. It's very inexpensive. I think it was only like 40, 45 bucks, as well as this one. This one was like 40, 50 bucks, which is very nice. Very inexpensive knives, but they're very good quality, both good companies. This, on the other hand, this was a little bit more. I think these run like 120 to 140. They come with a charger, and they're good lights. Streamlight makes a very good product. Very durable. This one's been through a lot. Been thrown down, knocked off, ran over. Good light. I also carry a pair of just black mechanics gloves. I cut the straps off. That way they're quick on and off. I don't have to worry about velcroing them. Kind of gets in the way. I don't need the gloves to be super tight because these are generally just an all-purpose glove if I'm moving debris out of the roadway, moving a dead deer, because I work for the county. So out in the county, people hit deer a lot, and we got to get them out of the roadway. So use those for that. They're kind of old, kind of worn. Some of the fingers are kind of worn through already. I need to get a new pair. But they're good gloves, good all around. Don't do any searches with them. If I'm going to search, I either use latex or a different glove. But those are just a good general all-purpose glove. So that's kind of my duty belt setup for patrol, which, again, all of it was issued except for the key holder, the tourniquet, and then the QLS mount on my holster. I bought those individually. And the handcuffs are mine. The keepers were issued. Obviously, I bought this, and my gloves. And yeah, so those are all items I carry on duty. Obviously, I carry more because I've got my vest, you know, I've got notepads and all kinds of stuff. But for duty belt wise, that's kind of my setup and how it runs. And yes, I am left-handed. That's why the holster is over here. So for those of you that are going to ask if you do, probably not, but if you do, yes, I am left-handed. So now that I've shown you my duty belt for work, this is a belt that I purchased back in 2013. I was deployed to Afghanistan and needed a belt set up for particular work that I was doing, and this is what they had. I was in the process of a wedding and a honeymoon, and so money was a little bit tight, so I had to do something, and I was able to purchase this. It does not have a brand, but it is a multicam, kind of a single layer MOLLE belt. Has a plastic buckle, and then it has this so you can adjust it to your waist size, and then the Velcro goes down to here. So I'd say it's probably, I'd say anywhere from a small to a medium sized belt. I did run this with, I had a holster, mag carrier, a multi-tool, and then I believe a med kit is what I was running, just for stuff that if I wasn't running my carrier, my plate carrier, my vest, or anything like that. Currently it is still part way set up for when I was running, I was training with a TAC unit for an agency I worked for. This is again a Safariland 6360 holster, but this is for a Glock, because the agency I worked for, we carried Glocks. So same holster, just different gun. Only I do not have the QLS system. It is spray painted flat dark earth, just because that our team colors were multicam, and so I spray painted that way it wasn't black, kind of a little bit more camouflage, kind of go from there. But I ran again mag carrier, a multi-tool, and then a dump pouch. So just a simple setup that way. Again, the basics if I wasn't wearing my carrier, and I had that. But I am looking for, or I did order a new belt that I'm going to be using for competitive shooting, and that will potentially in the future maybe be another SWAT belt, just depending on how everything goes. And we won't get into that, but potentially in the future SWAT belt. But for now it's going to be a competitive shooting belt. I ended up going with a very nice belt that I will show later when it comes in. I will do a review on it when it comes in, and we'll talk about it and go from there. So until then, I'm not telling you what it is. But some stuff that I ordered for it was I've got a OD green or Ranger green Condor dump pouch. Just a simple dump pouch. Can use it to throw drinks, water, Gatorade. You can do, if you're an instructor, you can throw in like your equipment like glue, stapler. You can just throw extra mags in there if you're running through a different sequence, so on and so forth. They are called dump pouches, but they're really just a big utility pouch. So it's just nice to have. Obviously this one folds up really compact, and then it opens up. So it's kind of nice. We'll just open it up for you guys here. So again, just a Condor dump pouch. I think it was like $12-15 on Amazon. Not a bad deal at all. But Velcro, folds open, opens up, and then you got a pretty decent size. I mean, I could throw a full-size gun and light in there. Could probably throw anywhere from 6 to 8 rifle mags in there, bunch of pistol mags. This does Velcro in on the inside and also on the outside if you want to secure whatever's in there. That way it's closed up. They do have bungee. They have shot cord with the clasps. That way you can cinch it down if needed to kind of close it up a little bit more. But then if you want, you literally just roll it back up, and it's super thin, very compact. Only has 2 straps for MOLLE, so if you go through MOLLE or over your belt, whatever you got to do, very nice, very inexpensive. They get the job done. I know there's a bunch of companies out there that make them. Just go with what you like or what you can afford. Some of this stuff is stuff that I could afford. Some of it was, spoiling myself. So you just got to depend on where you want your money to go into, whether it be a really good holster and an okay belt, or a really good set of pouches and a okay belt, or a really good belt and some okay set of pouches, and kind of go from there. But another thing I ordered was probably gonna get a lot of crap for this, but is a knockoff HSGI taco pouch for a rifle in Ranger Green. Simple rifle pouch. It's got these belt clips on the back. That way you can either run it through MOLLE or run it over the belt. It's a hard plastic case with a soft shell. Or I guess it wouldn't be HSGI. It would be the G-Code Scorpions. Either one. It's a knockoff. I got this off Amazon for, again, like 12 or 15 bucks. The companies I looked for at the time were all out of stock, and I just needed one real quick to throw on my belt, so I picked that up. It actually holds, I got a mag here somewhere, I know I do. Yep, right there. Everything's currently sitting on my gun bench, so it works out. I've got stuff. So, mag sits in there very nicely. The retention is actually pretty good, but retention's really good. The only thing I don't like is how tall it is, because then you get an okay purchase on the magazine when you go to grab it out. But other than that, the retention's really good. I'll have it mounted on that belt that's coming in, and then I'll show you a full setup and kind of run you through, maybe get a range a day with it, be able to show you guys, to kind of go from there. So there's that. The holster that I'm going to be running on my new belt is going to be this holster right here, which is the T-Rex Arms Ragnarok. So there are dozens of holster companies out there that make concealed carry holsters, belt mounted holsters, competition holsters, you name it, and they make them. What I like about this company is the fact that their holsters are made to mount to different belt options depending on what you want. So if you want to run a different setup than what the holster manufacturer offers, you can. So there's plenty of videos out there on these guys. They make their own videos. You can go out there and research it. I wouldn't do it justice doing a review on it, but so far I like it a lot. I am going to be running my off-duty gun in this holster, because it's also going to be my new competition gun, which is, I'm going to be shooting in a carry optics division. But the retention on it, even with a compact with an optic, is fantastic. The retention is fantastic. There's no bind ups, there's no nothing. It's a very smooth operation. It's fantastic. Good thing is not only can I run my compact in there, but I can also run my full-size duty weapon if I decide I want to do that. But I do not have a QLS system on this, because the league that I'm going to be shooting in does not allow the QLS system, because of the distance from the belt line to the slide is greater than what they allow. So I have to run it sunk up to the Safariland UBL, kind of go from there. This is also a T-Rex Arms leg strap. It's very important to secure your equipment to your body, and that includes your holsters. So simple, you just put it around your leg, strap it in, and then it allows you the opportunity to keep your holster where you want it, which is a lot harder than some people think when you're drawing from a holster that's not attached to you, because a lot of times you'll draw, the holster will pull away from your body, not a consistent draw stroke, kind of go from there. Again, a bunch of videos out there on that. More than welcome to look them up. Today I'm just kind of going over equipment. So that pretty much sums it up for what I've got today. Again, simple review, an overview of equipment that I use. Again, not endorsed by any companies or anything to that matter, but equipment that I've done my own research on, and I hope you are as well, that you may or may not have to use it in a life or death situation, or you may just be a competitive shooter, or you may be just an avid shooter, or heck, airsofter, milsim guys. I know they use a lot of equipment that is similar, a lot of equipment that you can get out there that's exact, if not very close to what I have here. Probably the only thing that's really set up for that would be all my other stuff. As far as duty gear goes, or any of the other stuff I showed here today, you guys feel free to leave questions, comments, concerns. I'm sure I'm going to get lit up in comments if you guys do comment. It is what it is. Everybody's allowed their own opinion, and I'm willing to listen. So don't feel like you can't comment something or ask a question or whatever. I will definitely make the time to answer all the questions. Try to get videos out there for equipment you guys are wanting to see and whatever else you guys may want. So keep in mind, this is going to be kind of a more along the lines of law enforcement, tactical gear, guns overview, maybe some range time in the future, and we'll kind of go from there. So again, thank you guys for joining. I'm Mac with Mac's Goon Squad. You guys be safe out there, and please, if anything, be nice to each other. Help each other out, and you guys have a good day.